Galarraga. And that is why Jason Bray is not a cat person. The big cat, Galarraga, career home run number 350. 1-zip Braves. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth. Galarraga up again and doing more damage. Andrew Jones is out there on the pond. And that is just a nice piece of hit. And going the other way, stays in the park this time. Jones, he's hustling all the way around. 2-zip Atlanta. Go to the top of the eighth. 2-1 Braves. Jason Marquis facing Marquise Grissom. Marquis and Marquise spelled exactly the same. In this case, it's Marquise doing the damage. Game tied at 2 after that home run. Top 9, Braves in front 3-2. Bring on John Rocker, and he gets James Mouton swinging. Then after a Jose Hernandez walk, Henry Blanco, summer breeze, 2 outs. Lyle Mouton, he's picking on the Moutons. He too swings, and the Braves win it by a count of 3-2. Rocker, 12 saves and 13 opportunities, minus a couple of hook jobs in there.
Taking on the Mets, first 3 at Shea. Doug the Camel, trying to bring that good mojo, baby. Bobby J. Jones, his first start since June 10th, top 1, gets Warren Morris. Same inning. Jason Kendall. Jones, 8 innings, 5 hits, struck out 8, allowed just 1 run. Bottom 2 now. Bobby Arroyo. Bases loaded. Bobby Jones at the dish. And that's a balk. Todd Zeal scores from third, 1-0 Mets. Pirates pitching coach Pete Vukovich does not agree. And he does not have a seat anymore. He's ejected. Third inning, 1-1, 2 men on. Mike Piazza, his 21st home run. RBI is number 55, 6 and 7. Arroyo allowed 10 runs in 2 2/3, just his 3rd major league start. Same inning, bases loaded for Melvin Mora. He hits it to left. Will Cordero boots it. Bases are cleared. Mora winds up at third. Mets get a 9-run third, and you know what? It might be time to reevaluate Doug the Camel. I just don't think it's happening for Doug. Mets win 12-2. He's always peering over your shoulder. Maybe that's the problem.
Do you smell what the Rock's cooking? He's throwing out the first pitch. There he is. Top first, 2 on for Sammy Sosa. Samuel Sosa, get in this house right now. You've been bad. 6-4-3 double play. Sosa was 1 for 4. Still top first, bases loaded. 2 outs for Henry Rodriguez. Come on and give me a 2-out base knock. Maybe not. Preston Wilson. He strikes out and catches fly balls with equal flair. Bottom 5, Mike Lowell. Marlins lead 3-0. How about we make it 5-zip? Upper deck shot. 10th of the year. Yeah, it was very high. Marlins win at 6-1. Brad Penny, his first win since April 23rd.
David Justice. Just 1 for 24 career against Willie Blair. Takes him deep to right and gone. His 20th. We're tied at 1. Top 3. This is Tony Clark, and that's a home run. Takes Jamie Navarro the other way. Tigers up 3-1 now on Clark's 9th. Navarro tanked for 5 runs on 9 hits in 2 2/3. They're loaded in the 4th. Juan Encarnacion up the middle off Brian Williams. 2 runs come in, and Encarnacion had 3 hits. Fast forward now, bottom 9. Tying and winning runs are on base. Todd Jones gets Omar to chase a high one, trying to clinch Willie Blair's 4th win. Last hope is Robbie Alomar, and Jones shuts the door. Tigers win 7-6. Jones is league-leading 20th save. He saves 71% of Detroit's wins this season. Tigers now 5-4 against the Tribe. Ben Ford, New York neophyte, his first big league start. Bottom of the 1st, Ford gets Miguel Ordonez to ground into a 4-6-3. Pitcher best friend. White Sox fail to score. Now bottom of 4, Chicago up 1-zip. Runner on a 3rd. Chris Singleton. That's going to drop. Shane Spencer can't get it. Frank Thomas scores. White Sox go up 2-0. Bottom 6. Got to pull out the tarp. Got a little rain delay. Hour and 10 minutes. 70 minutes later, baseball play resumes. Top 8. Runner on 2nd. 1 out. Yanks down 2-1. Bernie Williams coming through. Bob Howery. Line on that pitch from Bob Howery out there. Game tied at 2. Still top 8. Shane Spencer launches one off Bill Simas over Carlos Lee. Williams will score, and the Yanks go up 3-2. Lock it up, right? Bring in Mariano Rivera. Well, maybe not. Carlos Lee. First batter of the inning. Solo home run. We're tied up at 3, and the Yanks, they got troubles. Still bottom 9. Runner on 3rd. 2 out, same score. Jose Valentin. He had hit for the cycle here. Just a simple single will do. Herbert Perry trots home to score, and the White Sox win it by a count of 4-3. 4-3. Rivera drops to 2-2 after blowing his 3rd save. He gacked up 4 all of last season. 2nd home run he's allowed this year. Matches his gopher ball total from last year. Jose Vizcaino
Start at second, Chuck Knobloch DH. The White Sox now 18-6 in series openers this year.
Balls, not marbles, flying out of Skydome Friday, eh? No, Mike Garcia-Power, the DH, after colliding with Carl Everett Thursday. Top two, that's Everett, spelled with an M, a V, and a P. Takes Frank Castillo to right his 23rd, 2-0 Boston. Bottom three, 2-2. This is Raul Mondesi, and that's a home run off Wasden. It is 4-2 Toronto. Number 17 from Mondesi. The Jays have now homered in a club record 21 straight games. Next batter, Carlos Delgado. And Delgado skies one at Skydome. This is a very high home run, and it's too high. Carl Everett at the wall. Bottom four, 4-2. Jose Cruz Jr. second deck, his 16th. Wasden tagged for 5 runs on 7 hits and 4 innings. First start since 1998. Top 8, Sox down 5-3. Billy Koch to Carl Everett. Laces an RBI double right. It scores Curtis Pride. Boston now within a run, 5-4. Bases are loaded. Koch in a jam here, trying to work out of it. And look at this one. The delivery gets away, facing Jason Varitek, hits umpire Dale Scott's leg, and the runners have to stay put. Burns Boston because Varitek pops up to end the inning. The Jays hold on to win 5-4, and save number 16 for Koch. The Red Sox loss and the Yankees loss gives Toronto the lead in the American League East. The last time the Blue Jays were division leaders during the month of June 1993, which of course is the last time they won a World Series. Toronto hasn't been in first place this season since April 5th when the Jays were 2-0. Red Sox now 6-14 in one-run games. That's the worst mark in the American League. How about Billy Koch? And if you're asking, hey, what's the deal with that? It's this, 23 wins in 34 games, including 2 at Coors last weekend when Colorado spanked the Diamondbacks 14-5 on Saturday, then 19-2 on Sunday. That's where we were, lowered into a cramped NL West lifeboat Friday, and there's only room for one Kathy Bates. Division lead on the line. Arizona coming in losers of 11 of 17. Top 5, Brian Anderson facing Scott Service. Jeffrey Hammonds was on first, but he wasn't paying attention. Bottom 5, Anderson against Brian Bohannon, who's got a no-hitter going. And Anderson doubles off the wall. You lose the no-hitter to the other pitcher. That's trouble. Almost into the pool. Bottom 6, Luis Gonzalez facing Bohannon. And Gonzalez going to shallow right. Jeffrey Hammond sticks the landing. Now Brian Anderson facing Jeff Cirillo. Pops up a bunt behind the plate. Damian Miller. That's gorgeous. Bottom 7 now. Bohannon facing Danny Bautista. And that is trouble. Just over the wall and left is 5th. It's 2-0 Diamondbacks. That was enough for Anderson in the 8th, facing Jeffrey Hammonds. Into the right field corner. Danny Bautista. Look at the range. In support of Anderson, who allowed just 2 hits and 8 shutout innings. Young Kim came on in the 9th, struck out the side, including Mike Lansing there to end it. The Diamondbacks win 2-0. They win for the 3rd time in 4 games, move 2 up on the Rocks for the NL West lead. Colorado has lost 3 of 4 since moving into a first-place tie June 18th. Young Kim throwing gas up there, striking out the side in the 9th, as we mentioned, his 10th save in 12 chances. Meanwhile, Dodgers in St. Louis Friday. Top 1, Gary Sheffield. That'll extend the hitting streak to 13 off Andy Bennis' 25th. It's 1-0 L.A. Top 4, 2 on, 2 out, tied at 2. Chan Ho to right. J.D. Drew coming up throwing, looking for Adrian Beltre at home. And he's meat. Drew later homer to put the Cardinals up. Top 8, 4-2 St. Louis. 2 on for Sean Green. And that is a home run off Matt Morris, his 12th, Green's 53rd straight game reaching base. That's consistency. Bottom 8, Big Mac. Off Matt Hergis, deep to center is 27th, number 549. That moves him into 7th all-time. He's now ahead of Mike Schmidt, moving in on Reggie, tied at 5. Top 11, still even at 5. Drive to left field and Paul LaDuca off Dave Veers and gone is second at 6-5 Dodgers. Had a brief rain delay. In the bottom of the 11th, there's a runner on second, 6-5 Dodgers. J.D. Drew off Jeff Shaw down the right field line. Placido Polanco comes in. Sean Green gunning Drew down at second, but the damage is done. We're tied at 6. Top 12, Sean Gilbert. This is a line drive through the bugs. J.D. Drew sticks the landing. Still tied at 6. Robin Gilbert of extra bases. Bottom 12. 2 on, 1 out, and everybody leaves. Actually, it's just raining. They come back after a 19-minute delay. Jeff Shaw goes out there, throws 1 pitch, and Craig Paquette hammers it, his 7th, and that's the game. Cardinals win 9-6. Paquette doing it for the 2nd straight night. He had the game-winning single in the 9th on Thursday. Gary Sheffield, his 4th straight game with a home run, his 25 homers, the most ever by a Dodger before the All-Star break. Andy Bennett struck out 10 for the 3rd straight game. Cardinals have now won 9 of 11. And top 1, Jose Lima to J.T. Snow. Bases loaded, 2 outs, full count, ball 4. Lima trying not to lose his 11th straight decision. That's not the way to do it. Top 3rd, Barry Bonds to right, and it just clears the fence. His 27th, tied now with McGuire for the Major League lead. Next batter, Jeff Kent toward the hole. Chris Truby, full extension. Oh, that's gorgeous. Top 4, Marvin Bernard to left center, a 2-run home run. Bernard was 4 for 6 Friday. His 5th makes it 4-0 San Fran. Barry would have to leave the game in the 6th after scoring a run. Mild cramping in his right hamstring, they say. He's day-to-day. Giants win 10-3. There have now been 120 home runs hit at Enron Field this season. That's 2 more than were hit at the Astrodome all of last season. Jose Lima loses his 11th straight decision, tying the Astros' record for consecutive losses. That was set by Dick Drott in 1963.
How about the Padres and Reds? Cincy trying to put back-to-back wins together. 2 games under 500 coming in. Adam Eaton on the mound.
Think about this. This kid is 22 years of age. Less than a month ago, Adam Eaton was pitching in Double-A. Bases loaded, 1 out. Dante Bichette, he drives in 100 runs every year. He couldn't pick up 1 RBI there. The nice breaking ball from Eaton.
Swings at the first pitch.
Top of the 4th. Brett Boone is up. Taking Rob Bell out. 4-0 Padres. A 3-run cloud on Boone's 10th of the year. Top of the 6th, it's Boone again. Off of Manny Ibar, 5-2 San Diego, and he came up again in the 8th. You want to guess what happened?
No.
And Boone sends another one to deep left center field. Way back there, and kiss it goodbye. The 3rd home run of the game for Brett Boone.
Yes. He's a bad man, Ken Griffey. In the 9th, a 7-5 deficit for Cincy. Junior with 2 down, comes through against Trevor Hoffman. 7-7. Bottom 10, Ruben Rivera. Here it comes. There it goes. This thing is crushed. 3-run shot. Rivera's 7th. And the final is 10-7. So, this is the story for the Reds. Anytime they do anything positively, like Junior, 3 for 4 coming through in the clutch, had 4 RBIs, 8 homers, 16 ribbies in his last 19 games, but the Reds still lose, and they've lost 13 of their last 16. Brett Boone, 3 homers against his old team. That has to feel good.
Anytime you can come and do well against a former team, it's a little extra special. But it's still, nights like this they don't come that often. You miss them more times than you hit them. But tonight was just a night where they gave me some pitches to handle. In the zones I was looking for, and what happened.
Well, after this weekend, the Reds will meet the Cardinals in 7 of their next 10 games. As you look at the schedule right here, Reds will play 16 straight games against teams over 500, and that could be a problem.
Yeah, and bear in mind, after they finish these 7 games with the Cardinals, these 2 teams, who are 1st and 2nd in the league, in the division, will not meet again until the last weekend of the season.
Bottom 5th, Orioles leading 2-zip. David Bell, he can change a little of that. Deep off Scott Erickson, his 4th homer of the season, ties the game at 2. Same inning, bottom of the 5th. Now 2 outs, Alex Rodriguez. 2-out base hits are neat. And A-Rod is a well player. He's 3 for 5 on the night. Knocks in a couple. That would be Ricky Henderson and Stan Javier. The Mariners leading it 4-2. Bottom of the 6th, Javier sends one deep. Brady Anderson, no relation, is there. Ow, he's giving effort. Effort is the key to success. Got to check to make sure you got all your parts. We're going to check out the replay again. He does it right, gets the ball, then hits the wall. All that for naught. The Mariners win it 8-3. Gil Mesh went 6 innings to improve to 4-0 in his last 6 starts. A-Rod, as I mentioned, 3 for 5. Seattle moved to a season-best 11 games over 500 with the win. Orioles have lost 7 straight. Ugly.
Winners of 17 of 20 with the American League West lead and the 3rd best record in baseball. Plus, Kevin Appier trying to beat his former team for the 2nd time in a week after winning in Kansas City last Saturday, where he was the Royals ace for 11 years, of course. A's looking for their 9th straight win, and Appier looking in. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Carlos Beltran. Miguel Tejada, top shelf, saves a run, and the A's escape the jam. Bottom 2, Chad Durbin to Randy Velarde. That was a fastball. That's foreshadowing. To deep left center is 6th and 3rd against the Royals, 5-3 A's. Next batter, Jason Giambi, who was 3 for 3. Another fastball. Giambi turns on it, skims the wall, and goes out. And you know what? I think he should be an all-star. But hey, that's just me. Well, no, everybody feels that way. It's 21st, 6-3 A's. Ben Grieve, another fastball. Tony Muser with some advice. Try a curve. Grieve's 14th. Yeah, that's it. Grieve's 14th, 7-3 A's. A's are 16-3 in June. They've won 9 straight for the first time since winning 10 in a row in September of '92. Appier now up to 8-3. He's won 5 straight decisions. Kansas City has lost 9 of its last 11. Tampa Bay at Texas. Rick Helling trying to snap a personal 5-game losing streak. Well, that's not exactly what he was hoping for. Top 1, 2nd pitch of the game. Gerald Williams, a home run. Helling hasn't won since May 23rd. Gave up 7 hits in 6 innings, 5 runs. Bottom 5, Luis Alicea. Deep to right, and this one is going to be off the wall. Uh-oh. It's past Bubba Trammell, and that's always trouble. Because Bubba don't move too good out there. Alicea chugging. He's going to try for home. Inside the park home run. Alicea's 3rd of the year. Top 8. D-Rays up 5-4. Bobby Smith off Jeff Zimmerman. A 2-run shot, his 2nd of the season. And Tampa wins 7-4. Rick Helling's 6th straight loss drops him to 7-7 on the year. Bobby Smith in 2nd. Adam Kennedy ropes it down the line in right. Troy Glass comes in. So does Ben Molina. Kennedy's 5th triple. It's a lot of triples. Bottom 3, Jason Ryan to Troy Glass. And a big night for Troy Glass. Crunched. Anaheim now up 5-3 is 21st. Bottom 7 now. Did I mention it was a big night for Troy Glass?
3 strikeouts.
This one to center. Out to the little Flintstone exhibit they got out there. His 22nd. Angels win 8-3. Troy Glass's 2 home runs combined 878 feet.